I have been putting this video off for quite some time. For one, I haven't had a lot of time. And for two, it just got to be a lot, so I was kind of just putting it off. But this is roughly 13 months of empties. I think the last one that I did was around Thanksgiving of 2021. I'm going to go ahead and kind of organize this the best that I can. I'll start off with products that I continually use and repurchase and kind of go from there. And I'll tell you how I feel about other ones down the line. So I think I've gathered all of the pharmacy green clean products. There's a couple different scents and then some unscented ones as well. I do prefer the scented versions, although the one that isn't scented is really great as well if you have sensitive skin or it's a little bit more sensitive to products that have like a scent to them. I have really sensitive skin and I don't have issues with any of them, but definitely products you guys see multiples and multiples of are like OG Holy Grail products for me, and that's kind of, I'm going to start off and kind of pick those products out first. So I've got the big 6.8, which I think was limited edition. I've got a little guy, and then I've got however many that is of the standard size, and that's just a Holy Grail product for me from pharmacy is their green clean cleansing balm. I just adore it. It's actually really amazing to travel with because it works as a double cleanse for me. I can use it to remove my makeup and then also go in with it again to really cleanse the skin, and it is a wonderful product to double cleanse with the same light cleansing balm. So love that stuff. Next up is the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm, not to be confused with the Aqua Balm. This is the heavier cream version. So I've used up 7 of the big guys. So these are the 3.38 fluid ounce bottles, and then I've got 2 of the normal size versions of that as well. And I use this every single night on top of all of my other kind of treatment products and stuff like that. It's just my go-to moisturizer, and again, another product that I love and continue to repurchase and I'm using currently right there. Again, that's the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm right there. I gathered up the mascaras. This is my current favorite and has been for quite some time. This is the Maybelline Sky High mascara. So I've got, what, 7 big and a little guy of those. Still using it, still repurchasing that guy. And then I do use Curology every single night. This is the retinol that I use. So I've got, what do I have? 9 bottles of this stuff right here. I just really enjoy the product. It's kind of curated for my skin. And it does a really good job, I think, to help with breakouts, and then also retinol is helpful for anti-aging, so I still use the Curology as well. And then moving over here, we've got some of the Pixi Glow Tonic To Go's, which are these ones right here. So there's 4 of those, and then the Glow Tonic in a, I guess that's kind of a midi size, a large size, and then an extra large size. So I still use this product here. I use it every single day. I use it morning and night, and every now and again I'll swap it out with a stronger acid, but just a really amazing product from Pixi. As you can tell, I use a lot of that. And then moving over here, this is my SPF that I have used for years and years. I've got a couple bottles of the tinted, what is that, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 bottles of that, kind of a mixture of the Protect and Perfect and then also the regular. They used to make these in a larger 4-ounce bottle, but they don't do that anymore, so I have to get the smaller ones. But I probably use between my face and my neck, I don't know, 8 pumps of this every single morning. It's my daily SPF and also moisturizer. It's very hydrating, and I've got dry skin. So another product, currently still using it, currently still loving it. So that's the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer SPF 47. I know that they have come out with other versions of this. None of them for me work quite like this one does for my skin. So I just continue to use this one, and they better not try to get rid of it. I've been using it for so long, I don't even know what I would do. I found 2 more mascaras in the rubble here. This is again the Maybelline Sky High. And then moving over here, we've got some bottles of the Glow Recipe Vitamin C Guava. This is my daily vitamin C serum. It's another product I'm currently still using. And then also the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. Really lovely product for underneath foundation. I use that in the morning time as well. And then over here we've got some of the Paula's Choice Clear. This is the regular strength version of a 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. I use this as my treatment product after I tone to help with breakouts and blemishes and clogged pores and stuff like that. And then I also use this morning and night. This is the CosRx Snail Mucin Essence. Really, really lovely product. I had stopped using it for a while and I definitely noticed and was missing it. So I started using it again and I really, really love that. I see another one over here. There's a couple of those. It was kind of hard. I feel like I'm like playing a little search game here in my pile of empties, but this is the CosRx Snail Mucin Essence again. And then we have got the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA and BHA Pore Tight Toner. This here, because it's got that BHA in it, I like to sometimes put it in my palms and tap it over when I use an AHA, because BHA gets inside the pore and an AHA kind of exfoliates and works on the top of the skin, so I like to kind of combine them. So I got some of those guys, and then one of my all-time favorite setting mists. This one here is more for when my skin is drier, and this is the Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. The mister on this is amazing. It's got a really light watermelon scent, and it actually hydrates my skin without sitting on the top of it. So this is a product I have used for a while now, and I really, really love it. I have one open now as well. And then for what it's worth, I went ahead and threw my deodorant in here because some people might want to know. I don't really have an issue with needing a really strong deodorant, so I just like to use this like natural version from Native. And I think I've got the Cucumber and Mint, a limited edition one, and then the Sensitive Aloe and Green. They're kind of these two are the ones that I mostly go towards. So I've got those in there. And then we have got my favorite finishing powder ever. These are the Galan Meteorites. I typically use the shade 2 Claire. Sometimes I'll season in some of their limited edition ones, but I use that after all my face makeup and setting powder and stuff and buff that into the skin as a finishing powder. OG product for me. Broken record, I know. And then we've got 4 of the Eminence Strawberry Rhubarb Dermafoliant. So that is a powder product, and you mix it with water, and you can use it by itself, which I'll do if I want a more intense exfoliation. But mostly I mix it with a gel cleanser or a really gentle cleanser of sorts, and I use it in the morning time as my daily like light exfoliator and cleanse. I've been using that product for years as well. And then we also have got the One and Only Argan Oil Hair Treatment. Another product I've been using for a really, really long time. It's my favorite hair oil, and it does the best with taming my fine, thick, naturally wavy hair, which is very prone to frizz. So again, another product I've been using for years. And then we've got some of the No. 7 Protect and Perfect all-in-one foundation SPF 50+. So there are 4 bottles of this, and I'm kind of nervous because this is my favorite foundation, and both on the No. 7 website, the shades are like, I think they only have like 2 or 3 shades on there, and then also on the Target website it's on clearance, and I'm like, please do not discontinue my favorite foundation. It's hydrating, it's got nice coverage, nice SPF 50 in it, it lasts really well on my skin, it's just a go-to for me. So I've kind of been incorporating some other foundations just in case they're discontinuing that, because I need to have a backup plan. So I've got 4 of those guys. And then over here we've got the AG Hair Conditioning Mist. So this is a leave-in conditioner, and it was like my favorite leave-in conditioner, and they recently kind of rebranded, and I think they did some things to their formulas, and it's not the same product, and I'm kind of attributing it to some breakouts around my hairline, so I'd stopped using that, and in the interim I had went to the One and Only Argan Oil spray treatment, and this helped with that issue, and this also really makes my hair look super nice. So I used up this one, and I do have a replacement for that, but I've also recently discovered the Gisot Honey leave-in hair treatment, and I have really been loving that, and it's also same thing around the hairline. I've had less breakouts since doing that as well. So unfortunately I don't think I'll be repurchasing the AG one because they switched the formula and it's doing something funny to my skin. So I also have a couple of the CoverGirl and Olay Simply Ageless in the 200 shade. I guess I didn't realize I had that many, but I can use about half of this and then it starts to get kind of dry and a little bit gummy, but this is my eyeshadow primer. It's got an SPF of 26. It's hydrating for my dry eyes, and shadows just blend over this really, really nice. So there's 4 here. So I would say there's a little more than half used out of there. But again, I open it every single day, and I don't use, you know, a ton of product for eyeshadow primer, so that's probably why it tends to dry out. But it's relatively affordable. I get the shade 200 at Walmart, which is the only place that I have seen the shade 200. It's the lightest one in the range, but this is, again, another favorite product for me, is this for priming my eyes. It is a nice foundation as well, but it's a little bit on the lighter side, so I typically just use it for an eyeshadow primer, and I love it. And then we've got some hairspray here. This is the Dove Extra Hold hairspray. I repurchased this recently because I ran out of one, and the newer one has got this really strong, like, hair perfumey scent that I'm not crazy about. Still love the product, but I'm not crazy about the smell that they put in the new version of it. It doesn't linger too bad, so I'll probably just continue to use it, but I might try to find something different too. Look at these cats. Anyway, then we've got some exfoliators right here. This is the Saturday Skin Rub-a-Dub, is it called? Yeah, Rub-a-Dub, and it's like a cream, I guess, if you will, and you just massage it into the skin. It takes off the surface without any, like, abrasion. It's a really, really cool product. I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't buy or get one out during the sale when I bought some other Saturday Skin products, because I really, really like it. And then this is the Lancer, the Method Polish. So when I'm really looking to kind of resurface the skin and get a good exfoliation, this Lancer is really amazing at that without being, like, too abrasive on the skin. It's very, very smooth, and I want to repurchase this one too, or either something similar to that. And then I used up a little one of the Exfoliate, which, to be honest, I'm not as crazy about that one. I know my mom likes that one, but she did turn me on to the Lancer, and she loves the Lancer as well. So those are some extra exfoliating products that I would use them, I would say, maybe at the most once a week. So I did find another Maybelline Sky High in a black packaging. It was supposed to be like some other kind of version, but it was like the same thing as the one in the pink packaging. And then here's a travel size of the COSRX Snail that I used when I was traveling. And then we've got the Swanee Cocoa Biopeptine Eye Cream. So I use this morning and night. To me, it's like almost like a serum. It's a very, very light product, so I like to put it underneath heavier creams at night, and then underneath whatever eye cream I'm using during the day. And then I also love this Strivectin anti-wrinkle eye cream. I got a set at Costco, and I haven't found it there since then, but I would like to repurchase this one. And then I got this one in, where did I get this? I think it was some type of box or something. This is the Sunday Riley 5 stars. This is also a retinoid eye cream that I'm able to use without having, like, burning or anything, which I have really sensitive skin around my eyes. And I'd like to get this one again too. I've got a mini of this open right now, so I'm using that and another one of these, but this guy I don't have, and I'm contemplating getting another one of those guys. And then I did use up 2 of the Auric Plush Ritual Ceramide lip treatments, and this is in the Bare one. I would say, I think I started using that in either the end of September or beginning of October, and I would say they last me about a month and a half-ish. There's not a lot of product in here, and I know she's working on doing, like, refills or whatever. Those can't come fast enough because I'm on another one. I adore this product. Absolutely love it for using at night, during the day, whenever. It's a beautiful, beautiful lip product. And then I also repurchased this guy right here, which is the Belief Aqua Bomb Overnight Lip Mask. I really enjoy that one too. It's a little bit more simple in comparison to the Auric. Still love it. It's a great product, but, like, I get such joy out of using the Auric because it's got this, like, light kind of nude tint to it, and it also smells like just divine vanilla. So I do reach for that one because of the joy that it gives me just putting it on my lips, and then the smell, and then also it's just a great lip treatment too. And then I've got 2 minis of the Belief Aqua Balm Makeup Removing Cleansing Balm. Those must have came in like a holiday set or something. And that's not a bad product. I contemplated buying a full size of that at one point in time, but we've also got a Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. This is a lighter version mist for like using over makeup that is one that I also feels doesn't just sit on the surface. It actually hydrates my skin. It's not as fine of a sprayer as the Glow Recipe, but it does a really good job. Like if I need more hydration, I use Glow Recipe. If I need a little less, I use the Peach and Lily, but they're both really beautiful mists for the face, and I don't get breakouts or anything weird from them either. And then these are all dry shampoos. I think that these and then these here all came in like Ulta 20 some piece sets that you get with like a purchase. Did this too? No, I think I bought that one, and I think I bought this one, but I'm not an expert in dry shampoo land, to be honest. The only time that I really even used them was just to take down a little bit of shine that my hair kind of naturally has when I film, because it kind of looks enhanced on camera. And people were saying my hair was oily. I'm like, it's just shiny. So to kind of eliminate that, sometimes like second day or whatever from filming, I'll do that with a dry shampoo. And these are the ones that I happen to use up. I mean, like I said, not an expert. They did the job for what I wanted to use them for. And it's just, yeah, I think I have another one that came in an Ulta gift bag or something that I'm using at the moment, but nothing super in particular to say about any of those, but I used them up. And then I got this mini. This also came in some type of a set, the aloe vera from Chi. It's a hair oil. I really liked this too, and it smelled really good. I thought about buying this in a full size at one point in time, and I haven't, but I did enjoy using that little guy. And then this is a COSART X Advanced Snail Peptide Eye Cream. I really liked the hydration and the way that this felt on my eyes, but I'm almost certain that it gave me milia. And so I had set it aside and forgot about it for some time and went to use it again. And yeah, I think it gave me milia, and then it kind of got where I think it got expired because it's a 12-month on there. So I'm just getting rid of that. It's probably a quarter used up, but it is expired. And then I've got a Glow Recipe Avocado Ceramide Recovery Serum. This is a nice serum product. I would use it at night, very lightly though. I kind of think that maybe it could have gave me a little breakout. So I'd never used it continuously since, because I do have another one in use as well, but I don't use it day after day. I'll swap it out with other serums, but it does feel really, really lovely on the skin and adds nice hydration. And then, what's this guy? This is a COSRX Propolis Light Ampule. I didn't really notice a ton with this. I used it up because I bought it. And then we've got a Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Mint Choco. Like, I used up a whole Laneige, you guys. Who does that, right? Very difficult because there's so much product. I wish I could go poof and turn it into the Auric Ceramide Lip Mask. Because it's got so much product in that one. And then this is the other toner I recently started using, swapping out probably every other day, sometimes every day in the morning, with the Pixie, because it's got 10% glycolic acid, and the Pixie's a 5%, so I was going for a little bit stronger acid to kind of help with some blemishes and some skin stuff. My skin acts really stupid in the wintertime because it's like, you know, forced heat and freezing outside and wind, and so I can about imagine. But anyway, I've started using this, and I bought a full size of this as well, and have been enjoying using that a couple times a week in the morning. I got a mini of the watermelon niacinamide serum. No, wait, what is this? Dewdrops. I use that to travel with. This is a Sand and Sky Australian Pink Clay. It's a nice mask. It dries down to like a hard, you know, clay mask, but I don't notice a ton of difference to it. It does make your skin feel a little bit tighter, but yeah, I have this in a big size too, so I kind of go off and on with using that. And then this is the Paula's Choice Lip Perfecting Lip Scrub. One of the nicest lip scrubs that I've ever used. I really like this product. I've been through several of them over the years. Oh, here's another little... Or did that just roll over there? It did. That just rolled over there. Then we've got a Youth to the People Superberry Dream Cleansing Balm. This smells delish, and I really enjoyed using this as well. I did find that this one, once you melt down your makeup with it, you do need to follow it up with something that can kind of clean, because it's got just a tiny bit of leftover residue. Nothing major, but I do have to follow this up with something else, where like the Green Clean from Pharmacy, I can double cleanse with the same product, you know. So, but this is a lovely cleansing balm. Breaks down makeup really, really well, and it smells delicious. And then this is the Marshmallow Proof 15% Peptide Concentrate from Lil Fox. And this is like a organic, all natural type of brand. I really enjoyed using this product. Lil Fox is pretty expensive, and I enjoyed using it, but I don't think I will repurchase it. I'll try something else in the interim, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. And then we've got a Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. I really was enjoying using this product, and then I was kind of using it off and on with other things, and then I set it in my cupboard, and I kind of forgot about it, and so I pulled it out to use it again, and I think the lid, I don't know if it wasn't on all the way or something, but it kind of dried out the product. So this is almost empty, but it kind of dried out again, so when I went to use it again, it was a little bit stiff, so I tossed it in the empties. But I did enjoy this product, layering it with the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm at night. And then we've got a Pharmacy 10% Niacinamide Night Mask right here. I actually used this over the top of the Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm at night, and I really enjoyed this product. This is one that I think I will repurchase at some point, because I think it made my skin feel super, super lovely and hydrated. Really lovely nighttime kind of mask there. And then we've got the Glow Recipe Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. This is another one that smells delish, and it does a really good job of breaking down makeup as well. This one I also like to follow up with like a gel or a really gentle cleanser to make sure that everything's removed off of the skin. Really enjoyed using this though. It smells good and it feels really lovely on the skin. And then we have got a Saturday Skin Carrot and Niacinamide Moisturizing Cream. It's this guy right here. I know, there it is. It's right up there. There's a mini of this. So this is another product I kind of wish that I would have bought another full size on the Saturday Skin website when they were doing their sale, because I loved this too. I would put this, like a little blob of this, underneath the Belief True Cream, and this is a lovely moisturizer. I almost use like these type of products as a kind of serum-ish, even though they're not a serum, they're a cream underneath Belief to add the extra. But I loved this. This is a really lovely product. Carrot and Niacinamide Moisturizing Cream right there. And then a product that I did get during the sale is the Saturday Skin Melt and Cleanse Cleansing Balm. Another one that smells really, really nice. And this is probably the most comparable cleansing balm that I've used that compares to the Pharmacy Green Clean. It's got a different scent, but it feels just delightful on the skin, and I have repurchased that, and that's actually what's in my shower right now. I think with I've got two in there. I've got this one and the Pharmacy Green Clean, but I really like this cleansing balm as well. And then this brand here, I think they're still at Ulta now. They sent over this Skin Proud Face Melt. So this is another cleansing balm. This here really reminded me of the Clinique cleansing balm, like eerily so. And it did a really good job too of like breaking down makeup, but I definitely had to follow up this one with another cleanser because I felt like this had a little bit of residue left behind. But again, I typically double cleanse anyway, and it did break down my makeup really well, but I for sure had to go in with another cleanser with that one. And then we've got the Good Molecules Instant Cleansing Balm. This is another one, does a really good job of removing makeup and breaking it down. But again, another one I need to follow up with a cleanser of sorts to make sure that I have everything off my skin. I think these two little guys came in a Belief set. This is the Aqua Bomb Jelly Cleanser. I enjoyed this. It does suds up a little bit more than I probably would like for my drier sensitive skin. So I just used up the little guys, and this would be one too that I would mix in with like the Dermafoliant from Eminence or something like that. But it does do a really good job of cleaning the skin for sure, but it's a little bit more maybe foamy than I prefer on my kind of drier sensitive skin type. And then I also used up this Best No. 9 Jelly Cleanser, a product I just used up to use up, nothing to kind of write home about. Yeah, just used it up to use it up. Same with this product here. This is from Pop Beauty. This is the Fizz Jelly Cleanser. This cleaned really, really well, but it did foam more, so like this Belief one. So I can get away with those type of cleansers in the summertime, but not in the wintertime because they just are a little bit too drying for my skin type. And then this product is from a brand called Ingredients. I used to be subscribed to Beauty Heroes, so I would get a box every month with like organic, or not organic necessarily, but like all natural beauty products. And I used up this face serum and I really enjoyed it for like a little extra boost, but nothing to, you know, really write home about on that one. Just a little extra hydration there. And then these here are the Saturday Skin Yuzu Vitamin C Bright Eye Creams right here. Really, really love this eye cream. Another product that I wish I would have repurchased during the Saturday Skin sale, but I've also got some other eye creams in use, some vitamin C ones. Like Pharmacy recently came out with one that I love during the day, and it just sits super, super beautiful underneath concealer as well as being extra hydrating. So I may, you know, repurchase this at some point in time because it was a really lovely cream. It's thicker, and I have really dry under eyes, so it worked really good for me for a daily eye cream with vitamin C in there. And then Tarababyz sent me this like super beautiful bottle that had a cleansing oil in it. One of the most interesting cleansing oils I've ever used. It was almost like almost had the same viscosity as water, and it removed makeup like so well. I really enjoyed using this. I don't see it on their website though, because I looked, because I really liked this for how well it just broke down makeup. And like, look at this bottle, right? I think I might set this aside, clean it out, and maybe see if I can't fill it with other liquid cleansing oil, because it's just really pretty. But really enjoyed that one right there from Tarababyz. And then the Josie Marin Pineapple Enzyme Pore Cleanser right here. This is one that I go off and on using here and there. I've been through several bottles of this too. I'll use it, use something else, go back and use it. So use up that guy right there. This is a facial polish from the brand Ranavat, which is another like all natural skincare brand. I got this in a Beauty Heroes box as well. Use this just to use it up. Did not like that really at all. Same with this little pie kukui and jojoba bead skin exfoliator. Used it up just to use it up. Nothing to write home about. Won't even consider buying that. And then we got a mini of the Squalene and Amino Aloe Gel Cleanser from Biossance. I like this. Nothing super memorable. Used it up though. Then there's this Couscous D-Drop Humectant Factor Hemp Liposome Watermelon Ferment French Peppermint Water. Wow. It's like a serum. It's very water-like. Nothing memorable again here. Very thin serum. Added a little bit of extra hydration, but I didn't find anything to like write home about with that guy either. And then here's a Glow Recipe Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. Enjoyed this guy. Another one that I would mix with the Dermafoliant. This one is pretty gentle. It does have a bit of foaming to it, but I don't find it to be too much, so I do enjoy that one. I think I've gotten through another one of those in the past as well. And then we've got a Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People. This is a really lovely, gentle cleanser that has a little bit of foaming action to it. I've actually been through big sizes of this in the past as well. I can't remember where I got this little guy, but I enjoyed using it. And this is a product I would definitely consider repurchasing. Like I said, I've used it in the past and used big ones up of this as well. And then we've got a Pharmacy Daily Greens Oil-Free Gel Cleanser. They reformulated this since this one was used up, but this product here is one that has, that again, it's got that gel-like consistency, which has got a nice hydration to it, and I loved using this, or love, because I have one open as well, underneath the Belief at night. Really, like, to give this extra bit of boost of hydration to the skin, and then top it with the Belief. So I really like the Daily Greens moisturizer from Pharmacy, but I use it more like a serum than anything else. And then I think this is the tail end of kind of the skincare-ish hair stuff that I have, and we'll dive into the makeup stuff. But I do use the Pat-A-Day Once Daily Relief Extra Strength. I've gone through much more than these right here, but it really helps with my itchy, watery eyes, allergy-prone eyes. Just thought I would like throw that in there because it might help somebody, but I enjoy that product. It used to be prescription only, and now you can get it at like Walmart, which is great. I've got a BioEffect EGF serum. I like to use this underneath my eyes. I've contemplated repurchasing this again as well, because I've been through a couple of these in the past, but I haven't just yet. I'm using the one from Nyad, and I really like that too, so we'll see, but I do really like this as an eye serum. It's really expensive and fancy. But another product that I got in a Beauty Heroes box, the Pie cleanser. Nothing to write home about. It's a cream cleanser. I didn't necessarily feel like my skin was super clean when I used it, so I wasn't crazy about it. And then this is the Elemis Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. And this you definitely had to follow up with another cleanser because it left a lot of like oily, like it felt like there's stuff still on your skin. They were kind enough to send me over a PR package, and I just unfortunately didn't, my skin didn't get along super well with their products, but it did remove makeup really well, but I had to use another cleanser to get like the leftover residue off. So that's their LMS's cleansing balm. And then I used up this Arcana Lightwave Enzyme Cleansing Balm as well. This is another one I got in a Beauty Heroes box. Another one you have to follow up with another cleanser because this one really left a lot of residue behind. It broke down makeup really well, but your skin was not clean. So I also have this Supergoop Glow Stick SPF 50. And I had this sitting on my stove, which is what I do with a lot of cleansers. And when I go outside, I put this on the back of my hands or any skin that's showing. Look at these guys are trying to have a showdown. Knock it off. Anyway, I used this guy up. It was really easy to just like swipe on my arms and the back of my hands, and it did a good job to like, you know, protect with the SPF. So that's from Supergoop. And then I have two of the Pharmacy Whipped Greens cleansers. This is one that I really enjoy. I like to mix it with the Eminence Dermafoliant, and I also like to use it at night after a cleansing balm. It has a very light foaming action, but it's gentle, and it does a good job of cleaning the skin. That's a product. I've been through a few of those in the past as well. And then a Neocutis Firm Rich Extra Moisturizing Illuminating and Tightening Eye Cream. This is a very expensive product, and I had this kind of as a backup, and when I went to crack it open, it was like separated and funny looking, and then I was annoyed because I spent so much money on it. So I haven't repurchased it since this. This is not empty. It got weird. So this is, I don't know, but in the past I've used several of these over and over again, and I really enjoyed it. Very hydrating, nice eye cream. Yeah, so I don't know why that one got weird, but it did. And then we've got a Pie Lightwork Rose Hip Cleansing Oil. Another one you have to follow up with another cleanser. It broke down makeup pretty decent. Nothing to write home about. Left residue. You needed to use something in addition to that to kind of get the residue off. And then we've got a Pharmacy Deep Sweep. This is a BHA. This is another product that I would like pat in my hands after I used a cotton round with an AHA toner like the Pixie or the Saturday Skin, just so that I get a little bit of BHA in there as well, and I would just pat it on my skin. Been through several of these as well, and that's a lovely product from Pharmacy. It's a gentle one for me, that toner. Curology, the cleanser, got this with a kit, used it up, nothing to write home about. I don't feel like that cleaned my skin very well. Then we've got a Be Clean Hydrating Body Wash. This is like a foaming one. Really enjoyed this from Pharmacy. I don't do a whole ton with body washes, but I really enjoyed using that one. It smelled like honey. And then this is such an OG, old product. So this is from Victoria's Secret, the Candy Baby Beauty Rush line, which I think they've discontinued it. This is so lovely. I spray this on me, and okay, this is maybe 12 years ago. That's how old this product is. And I found it and I just wanted to use it up, and nothing had changed about the formula or the scent. So I just used it up, and I have another full one of these, but it's bizarre the memories that I get when I spray this. It's crazy. It's kind of like a light gourmandy fragrance. You can see it says like spun sugar on it or whatever. But this is a good one. Like, they should just bring it back. It's just really, really lovely. And then we've got a Pravana, the Perfect Blonde toning mask. This here, when I would like get my hair dyed, like the roots or whatever, I would go back in with this and just put it on that freshly like frosted hair to make it like help try to match the rest of my hair. And then a lot of the times my hair likes to just pull really gold and I just don't like it. So I use this and it does a really good job of like taking down the gold or the brassiness that's in my hair. So that's from Pravana. I like the Pravana line a lot for getting really icy hair. I do have an empty Shiseido cotton round pack. I do use these and love them. I've gone through more than this, but I just threw that one in the empties. And then we've got some perfumes down here. This is the Vanilla Woods fragrance by the Seven Virtues. One of my favorite vanilla fragrances. It's very light, easy to wear. You can just kind of douse yourself in it. It's got a little bit of a unique twist. I love it. I've repurchased it a couple times now and will probably continue to do so. And then I've got the Vanilla del Madagascar by I Profumi di Firenze. They've switched packaging. This is their new packaging and this was their old packaging. So two of those. Another one of my all-time favorite fragrances right there. One that I foresee myself purchasing forever because it's divine. So those are some fragrances that I have used up. First Aid Beauty one. This one here for the wintertime might be a little bit too foaming for me. It's a little bit more drying, but in the summertime it's fine. It foams and cleans really well after a cleansing balm though. And then we've got a JD Glow eyeliner that is dried out. This packaging is just really not good. And then also a Nabla liner here that's also dried out. And then the Benefit, their Real Magnet Mascara. I enjoyed this, but for the price and then compared to the Maybelline, like I would Maybelline all day long. It's just a better mascara. It lengthens, volumizes more, doesn't flake, doesn't smudge, and it's cheaper. So, but I did use up the Benefit one. And then these here are all like black liquid liners. I think maybe this one's a brown. This one here is a black too, but they're like the felt tip kind. And I use that, these type of liners when I want to like sharpen up like my winged liner. So I'm that person who like, instead of like the bottom of my eyes getting puffy, the top of my eyes do. So sometimes when I put my liquid liner on in the morning and the puffiness goes down on my upper lids, it might not have the same line as when I first put it on because the puffiness of my eye has changed, which sounds really funny, but that's just how my eyes are. So I would go back in and touch up or crisp up a line with these. And I never use them enough to really go through a whole product like every single day. So, you know, since I did use them here and there, they have dried out since. So I think these are from One Size. These came in some type of a set. And then this one here is from, it's either ZC or Karslan. I can't remember in the writings in Mandarin. Then there's a Fenty one. Oh, here's the one from Karslan. So this one here must be from ZC maybe. And then this one here is from ColourPop. So again, they're the felt tips. They're not my favorite application in terms of liner. I like a brush, but since I had them, that's how I use them. And then these are the NYX, what are they called exactly? The Brow Tint Pens Lift and Snatch. I have Ash Brown and Taupe. These are some of the best brow pencils and they last a really, really long time. So there's an empty of each color here. And then I have 2 in use right now, and I think, what, 2 in a whole year of each shade. So, I mean, they just last really, really well, and they're just a really great brow pen. And then over here, we've got 2 Kim KW lipsticks right there. I did dig into them quite a bit. One of my favorite lipsticks, nude with a slight pink undertone, and one that's quite similar to that as well is this one right here from the House of Sillage. This is their Nude Sakura in their Diamond Powder lipstick formulation. Another one of my all-time favorite lipstick formulas. This one's a little bit more peachy than the Kim KW, but they're both beautiful, beautiful nudes. And this is the refill because you just pop them out of their bow tie. And I've got more of those in use as well. And then we've got one of my favorite like black liquid liners is from Essence, the Super Precise eyeliner. This has got a brush, very inky, very black, lasts really well. Love that one. Continue to repurchase it. This is a tinted duo lash adhesive. Really good lash glue, easy application with the brush. And two Givenchy Kohl Couture liners. My all-time favorite in jade is this green one. They've discontinued these, which is really sad because I loved them. And then this one here is, what color is this one? Cobalt, which is the blue one. So I used those up. I love those liners. And then up here we've got the CoverGirl. These are the Easy Breezy Brows. I've got deep and medium. I would use mostly medium and then just a little bit of deep on the outer portion to deepen them up a little bit. These are really, really lovely brow gels that have a fiber to them and they hold really well. But since I'd used these, I've recently discovered like a brow soap, a couple of them that I've really loved. So I haven't been using this product like I used to, but I did use up those ones right there. And then we've got an M Cosmetics lip liner, soft blur velvet lip liner in the shade Fawn. I loved this lip liner. I bought the set of all of her lip liners and I love all of the shades, but this was my most used and I did use it up. I was going to repurchase it, but I was trying to also be realistic and use some that I already had. And then in the interim, the Too Faced Badass lip pencil came along. So I used up 3 of these right here. This is such a great shade and also lip liner. You just click the little end there and it doesn't like go back down, but it's a really fine tip, a great color. You can pull it pink, peach, nude, whatever. It just goes with so many different lip shades for me, more like nude medium kind of lip shades, and I love the formula. So I recently repurchased backups of that guy as well during their Black Friday sale. And then this Huda Beauty lip liner in Honey Beige, I love this as well. This is another one that I want to repurchase. This has got a little bit more staying power than the Too Faced one does, but it's not like but even though it's long wearing, it also wears off nicely without that kind of rim around the mouth. So I've contemplated buying that one again as well, but all really, really great lip liners right there. And then these right here are all Wet n Wild Bare Focus clarifying finishing powders. They have got tea tree and vitamin E in them. And I've gone through some of the translucent and also some of the light. I kind of don't know which is which right there, but there's not a lot of product in the pan, and the pans are quite thin. That's why I've gone through them so much. And it's just a really, really good, affordable setting powder that also has some, you know, acne kind of fighting properties to it with a really pretty finish on the skin. So I really like that one. That's, if I ever get around to now, my 2022 favorites videos, this powder would be in it. I really enjoyed it. And then up here, you guys, those are all Lethal gel liners. And I mean, until they do something about that formula, I will probably never buy one again. The colors are beautiful. The staying power on the waterline is really, really good. But for the price and then how fast they dry out, like they're supposed to, I think, last 6 months or something. Shoot, mine, some of them dried out in like 2 months. So when you have something like the KVD pomades that last on my waterline, like I have a pot going now that's been open for probably a year and I'm still using it on the waterline, and it lasts actually a little bit better than even the Lethal ones. I don't find there to be much of an excuse to have those products dry out that fast, you know. So I just look at that and think, what, they were a waste of money for me, which is really sad because they've got amazing colors in them. It just sucks that they did that. And then speaking of like drying out products here, some of these here, you can see that they're all pretty short. These are Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. Iconic Nude, Pink Venus, and Pillow Talk are these shades. And some of these are really, really old. I had 2 of them in my purse, and of course I never pulled it out as much as one that would be in my makeup room. So they dried out and they would get kind of gummy when you go to line your lips. So I'm just going to get rid of them instead of try to use them up. But I do really love Charlotte Tilbury lip liners. They're some of my favorite if I want a really bulletproof kind of long wear lip liner that doesn't look like gross. So I really like those liners, and I've got more of those shades in my collection as well. And then these liners are all dried up too. These lasted super well on the waterline, the LA Girl Glide gel liners, but dang, those are another pencil that just dry up way too fast. And then these Vive lip pencils too. Like when I first got these, I really enjoyed them. They are that long wearing lip pencil. I'd say even more so than the Charlotte Tilbury, but they started to dry out super quick. So when I would go to use them, they'd ball up on the edge of my lips. So love the colors. I won't repurchase those because they dry up way too quickly. A really old school Marc Jacobs liner. These used to be my favorite liners ever. They're discontinued, and this one is also dried up. A Linda Hallberg liner. This was pretty old, so this one I give it a pass for being dried up because it's quite old. I think this was a green shade. This has also got some age on it, so it lasted a really long time though for as old as this is. This by Terry liner. It's this one. I can't see the shade on there, but really pretty color. But that again is dried up. This Lancome liner in Natural Mauve. Another one. It lasted pretty good for as long as I've had it, but it's gummy and dried up. And then what is this? This is the Christian Audette. Aw, this is the Mel Thompson liner, but it dried out too. Well, that kind of makes me sad. And then I used up this recently, this Killian Angels Share fragrance that I got with as like a free sample or whatever from Sephora. I contemplated buying this during the sale, but I think I've got like vanillas or sweet scents that smell better, but I still really liked it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I will at some point. And then I've got a Lancome Lashy Doll. This is the medium-sized one, or like the smaller one. This is very comparable to the Maybelline Sky High. Like, I feel like the formulas are the same. It's just that the wand on the Lancome is more stiff and it's curved. So it does comb out a little bit better than the Maybelline, but for me, the formula is the same on both of those, and the Maybelline is quite a bit cheaper, so I just continue to repurchase the Maybelline. And then we've got the Micro Brush from MAC. This is the MAC Stack Mascara. When I first tried this, I really liked it, and then it started to smudge and flake on me, so that was unfortunate, but I really loved the way that it made my eyelashes look. And then we've got a ColourPop Luxe lip oil. I like to use this after I finish my face makeup and let it sit on my lips while I'm doing my eye makeup before I use lipstick. It's pretty much used up, and then it started to look kind of scary, so that was the end of that. I do have another one of those in use as well. This is MAC's Creme de Nude, another one of my all-time favorite nude lipsticks. I've since repurchased, I think, 2 of those during their big sale. And then we've got a Pixie Lip Glow. I loved this, absolutely loved this, and I wore it a lot, and then I forgot about it. I think that's all that's left of it, and then when I went to use it again, it got funky, so we're getting rid of that guy because it's expired. This is a Menagerie liquid lipstick in the shade Cricket. One of my favorite liquid lipsticks to use is eyeliner, and then I like to mix black liquid lipsticks in with colorful ones to kind of create a deepened shade, like deepened purple, blue, etc. And this is a lovely formula for liquid liner. So it's a liquid lip, but I like it for liquid liner. And then 2 Tom Ford lipsticks that went off. I've got Ian, which is this one here. Really pretty color. It smells horrendous. And then I've got the shade Spanish Pink, which also smells horrendous. Like, I always just think, like, compared to MAC lipsticks that seem to last forever and ever, why bother, you know? But when the Tom Ford lipsticks are good, they're really lovely, like, but they go off really quickly. I haven't purchased a new one of these since I think the peach one, and that one's still good, but I've got 2 minis of the Lawless Forget the Fillers. I like to use these during the day, throw them in my pocket. I love the way these felt on the lips. I bought them in a holiday set, and I've thought about purchasing the full size too. They came out with, I think, a couple different shades, new shades, but then I look at how many lip products I have and I'm like, just don't. But those are nice. And then this one here is from Fit Glow Beauty. I liked this for the time that I was using it, but it went off really quickly too. This is another kind of natural beauty brand. Lovely color, nice formulation, but again, it went off really quickly. And then these Bite products, they got discontinued, and I really enjoyed these when I got them. I've got some other ones that are still good, but this one started to separate, so we're getting rid of that guy, but you can see just how much of that I used up. And then this is a mini Jiso honey infused hair oil. I liked this too, but I don't think I liked it as much as the One and Only Argan oil. And again, the price differentiation between the two is quite substantial. So 2 brow powders here. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Brow, and you can see mine's kind of crazy looking, but I mostly use this shade right here when I was using the e.l.f. brow soap in my brows. While the spoolie was still kind of like tacky, I would go into this powder to make it really tinted, and that's what I was using for a really long time. And I have repurchased this product. It's a really nice affordable brow powder. And then I used this Anastasia Beverly Hills one much the same way. And as you can see, I didn't quite use this up, but this is really, really old. This is in taupe. So I don't really even use the brow powders anymore since I started using the Lottie London brow soap, which I just love. It's got like 3, for me it's like 3 products in one or something. I really like that stuff. So, but anyway, those guys are going. This guy right here, I'm going to try and repurpose this container because can we just with it? This is from Flower Nose. They make some of my absolute favorite powders. This powder is so finely milled and undetectable on the skin. It's just divine. Let's take the big top off. I wonder if I could, I don't know if I could do it one-handed. But there was a sifter in there, one of those like cushion sifters, and I pulled it out so that I could dip my brush directly into the powder. You just have to make sure to keep the container upright. So I used this guy up, and there's quite a bit of product in here, but I mean, shoot, I've been using this for probably, I recently used this up, so I would say I've been using it for like at least a year. And this is in number 1 transparent. They also have another shade, but I find them to be very similar on the skin. If you're looking for an undetectable, really strong set, beautiful under eye setting powder, this is it right here from Flower Nose. Look at this container. Yeah, I want to try to find something to do with this because how does the guy throw this away? So yeah, I have backups of this. I'm contemplating buying more backups because I'm like, I feel like I just can't ever be without that. It's so good. Same with these right here. These are all refill pans of the Flower Nose. Let me see if I can read it. It's all in Mandarin on the back of the powder, but this is a pressed moisturizing version powder. It's not quite as finely milled as the loose version here, but it's also absolutely stunning underneath the eyes, and in comparison it has a little bit more of a brightening factor to it. This here is the moisturizing version. This pressed one also comes in 2 different versions. I like to get the moisturizing one because of course I've got the more dry under eyes, so I used up 3 of those guys. And then we've got some little multitasker products here. This is no longer being made, but I found an extra, or my mom did actually, and she gave it to me. And this was one of my favorite powders to like take down shine throughout the day, but they no longer make it. It's the e.l.f. matte blotting powder. This was such a good powder. Love that for that. And then I've got the Essence Brighten Up banana powder. I use that the same way as the e.l.f. I prefer the e.l.f., but these ones are both really nice too. This is the All About Matte. This is the one that I'm currently using. This one's got more of a brightening factor because it is a white, whereas the Brighten Up one has got a bit of yellow to it. So I think I might pick up another one of the yellow toned version instead of the white one next time because it does give a little bit of extra white, which sometimes I want and sometimes I don't. So I just like to have another one of the brightening up on hand, and they're so affordable. And then I've got 3 of the Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. This is a really lovely setting powder for dry skin. It's got, I believe, shea butter in it, and it looks really pretty on the skin as well. So I've got some of these on hand too, and I've used up those 3 right there. And then they no longer make the Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana bronzing powder. So I've got one more full-size one that I'm just keeping in my backup store because there's no sense in even really using it up. But you guys have seen in past empties how many of these I've gone through. I use this powder to set the sunscreen all over my neck and around kind of towards the back, because the back of your neck, especially when I'm outside riding and my hair is braided, can get like sunburn too, so I put sunscreen there. So I used that for years doing that. And since then, so you'll see some kind of random powders here, which we'll kind of get to in a minute. I've been going through setting powders in my collection that I'm not crazy about on my face and using those to set my neck. So that's kind of why I've gone through a lot more setting powders. And then also, even though it's been 13 months, some of these powders are older. I've had them a lot longer than 13 months. So just because I have them in my empties doesn't mean I used them up in that time frame. You know what I mean? Some of them I've had for a couple years or whatever. So just a little FYI. This pan right here is a Charlotte Tilbury bronzer in medium. The compacts are refillable, so I pulled the pan out. And I want to kind of use up some more bronzers in my collection, but I would like to repurchase this because it's a really lovely bronzer. Again, that's medium from Charlotte Tilbury. I've got pan in the light version, and I'm kind of working on using that one up too. So all of these powders are ones that, you know, had been used on and off over some years that I wanted to just bust out and use them up. Like these Too Faced Do You powders are a couple years old, and they had way too much shimmer in them. But I like to mix them sometimes with other face powders to add a little bit of shine, but I just wanted to use up these products and kind of remove them from my collection because, for one, they've been there for a while, and for two, I wasn't crazy about just using the powder itself on my face. So this one here is definitely getting some age. This is the MAC Patrick Star translucent setting powder. These are the Too Faced Do Use. There was like a bronzy one and a pink one, and then this Lancome powder was very, very shiny. The Absolute powder, use that up on my neck. You guys, naughty. These cats are naughty. They all want to be in here, but then they do naughty things. This Tatcha powder, I didn't like it. I couldn't wait to use this up. I actually used this one up on my face, but I didn't. I had to force myself, okay. The ColourPop, used that one up on my neck. It was too drying for my face. The Juno & Co., used that one up on my neck. Ket, Well People, Morphe, this was a pink toned one, RCMA, yeah, so those are those powders. And then this powder over here, you guys, I had to force myself to use this up even just to set my neck. I don't know, I've seen some people really love this, and I can't wrap my head around it because I just couldn't make it work. It was like, had this shine to it that really emphasized blemishes on like the skin, and it was thick. It was really hard to pick up on a brush, and every time I used it on my face, I was just like, I could not wait to wash my makeup off at the end of the day, which isn't good. So I bought it, so I was like, well, I'll use it up somehow. So I started using it to set my neck, and even my neck, you guys, it just looks so thick and heavy. Like and it's a big gelée product, but I don't know what it is. I couldn't with that powder. I was like, you need to go. But for that price tag, I'm going to find a way to use you up. I've got this Kylie powder over here. I use this one up on my neck too. That's soft pink. And then here's another Kylie powder that's in translucent. Use that one up on my neck. I started out using all these powders on my face, and then they just, you know, weren't my favorites. And then so that's how I'm finding a way to use it, especially since I can't buy Reserve Your Cabana from Wet n Wild anymore. So getting down to the wire here, this is what I have got left. And these powders I really liked. I'd either repurchase them or contemplate repurchasing them or something like that, but I enjoyed using all of these powders. Some of them are older, so it's, again, I haven't used them up in like the, you know, 13 months. They're older than that, but I guess we'll start off with this Burberry Fresh Glow. This used to be my favorite highlighter of all times. This is in #1 Nude Radiance. It's not the Baked Gelée version that I think might be still available on the Burberry website. This is a powdered version. If you've followed me for a really long time, you will have seen this guy, but I've got several backups of this guy, and there was just an outer rim in here that was taking up space in my drawer, so I thought I would just crank it out and use it up, so that's what I did. And then these here were also getting a little age in my collection. These are the Bare Minerals Blemish Rescue Powder Foundations. I really like this as a powder foundation. It doesn't have sunscreen in it though, which is, I wish that it did because I'd probably continue to use it more. But these I've had for a really long time too, and there was just a little bit left in each one because I used 2 shades, Fair 1C and Fairly Medium there. So I opened up the containers, which you pop them out from the bottom if you were unaware, and then I mixed them in with like a translucent powder, and I finished these up using them on my neck. And then this guy here is Light Clear 4-in-1. This is another one of my favorite powder foundations. I find it a little bit heavy for my liking nowadays, and it doesn't have as high of an SPF in it as I would like. It's only an SPF of 15, but I've got these always floating around after I do all my makeup, and if I have like say a red spot or even a blemish or whatever kind of peeking through, I don't like, you know, put more coverage all over my face to try to cover it. I just go in with a little pencil brush and a powder foundation like this and just spot on top of it, and it covers it like to perfection. So I've always got some type of mineral powder foundation floating around, and Pure is one of them, as well as this Ket one. I was crazy about this for a really long time, and then I started using more liquid. Another product I wish that had SPF, but it doesn't. This is a beautiful, beautiful powder foundation. This is the shade R1, which I've got more of these too. This is another good one for like spot concealing, if you will, which I do with kind of powder foundations. This right here, I was trying to use up the highlighter, which I almost did, and I have a backup of this. I love that bronzer shade and the highlighter in this product. This is from Revolution. It's the Sculpt and Glow. I want to say this is probably my third or fourth one of these. There's not a lot of product in there. As you can see, there's only 0.07 per face product, but such a good product from Makeup Revolution. The Glowish Bronzer. This here was really hard to kind of pick up on a brush. It continually wanted to create hard pan. The finish and the bronze that it gave the skin was really pretty. So how I ended up using this up, because I don't believe there's a lot of product in here either, 0.28 ounces, which in bronzer land really isn't a ton. I would take a spoolie and I would scrape like the top of it to work some product up, and then I would use my brush and pick up the product, which again, the color was pretty. The formulation on the skin is really pretty when you get it on, but the execution with that formula wasn't the best. So L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder, really lovely one from the drugstore. I've repurchased this a couple times as well. This one here from Wet n Wild, I've gone through a couple of these over the years, and it's a decent powder as well. It's a little bit heavier than like the one that I showed you earlier that I used up a whole bunch of, but if you're looking for extra added coverage, this is the one that's going to do it. And then we've got the Kosas bronzer. This one here I really like too. It ran quite warm. And there's not a lot of product in this actually. There's only 0.21 ounces of product, so it really wasn't that hard to use up. This is another one that liked to create hard pan on it, so I would kind of go on the top of it and scrape it up with a spoolie so that I could get more product off of it, as opposed to just really, you know, beating my brush up on it trying to pick up just a little bit of product. Probably won't repurchase that guy either, as well as that Huda one for that reason. It's just kind of ridiculous to have to work at it that hard. This LYS bronzer, really nice bronzer here too, standard powder bronzer. Not a lot of product in here, 0.23 ounces. This is the shade No Limits right here. So this one here, because it's a triangle, I had to go in with a spoolie and dig out the corners. Because you just couldn't swirl a powder brush for bronzer in that compact and get an even distribution on your brush. So I kind of had to spoolie that guy as well. This is a mini Makeup Forever pressed powder. I like to carry these in my purse, and then a little tiny like retractable brush, and then kind of degrease or de-shine my face with this. I can't one hand get it open, but this here is the Fluorasis Flawless Jade, right? Number 3, Gorgeous Peach Blossom Powder. It's this one right here. Another one that I love for setting underneath the eyes. There was a little bit left in this one, and so I had opened another one and just kind of dumped the rest in there so that I didn't have 2 containers going, and it was almost gone anyway. But this is a beautiful powder from Fluorasis for setting underneath the eyes too. This one here's got some age on it. This is the Givenchy. It was a limited edition one. In number 5, Satin Blanc. Right here. Beautiful setting powder for the face. I've got multiple versions of this powder in my collection, limited edition ones and such, and it's a beautiful one for setting the face. That guy right there. It's got a really strong set to it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in Vanilla. Really enjoyed this one. You're getting a ton of product for your money. 0.9 ounces of product. It lasted really well. It has just a tiny dash of coverage. In the wintertime, it's a little bit too drying for me, that one, but it's a good one. And then this one here, I almost bought during the Sephora sale, and then I held myself back again because I want to get through more products in my collection instead of repurchase. So I'll probably repurchase it at some point because this bronzer is so, so pretty. So this is from House Labs. It's the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer This is light level 1, and this was so easy to use, and that's probably why I went through it so fast, because the shade blended into the skin so well, and it's the lightest shade, so I could use a heavier hand to kind of build it up and get that dimension. So I kind of want to try a shade deeper so I don't have to use so much product to get the result. But it's a stunning bronzer. There's 0.42 ounces of product in that guy, and the shade on this was really nice, but I was able to use more product to get the overall look because it's that light shade. That's a good one though. What is this guy? Oh, I really like this too. I almost bought another one of these as well. I'm like, no, use up some stuff that you have or try something new. But this is a lovely product too from Wayne Goss. This is the translucent weightless powder. I really enjoyed this guy too. There's how much product in this one? 0.88 ounces. So you're getting a good amount in that guy too. And then over here is the number 7 powder. I've been through several of these over the years as well. This is the Perfect Light Loose Powder. This is a stunning setting powder. It just is really, really nice. And then here's a jumbo of the translucent loose powder from Laura Mercier right here. It was kind of in this limited edition style packaging right there. I've got several of those around in my collection too. And then this is, what is this one? Oh, this is the translucent version, which this here, I've had this for a really long time too. And it was hard for me to use up because the translucent version really lightened up my face. So I found myself using like a darker shade or more of a darker foundation to use that powder because it would put a really white cast on my face. But the powder itself is really nice. Again, it's a little dry for the winter time for me. And then the OS One Size powder in translucent here. I think this is the second one of these over the years that I've used up. This is a beautiful setting powder. I can see myself repurchasing this again for I think the 3rd time too. That's a good one. House Labs powder. I really liked this when I first used it, and then I found myself wanting to just use it up and get it out of my collection. And then also, it's pretty expensive and you are not getting a ton of product in here. 0.24 ounces of product, and I did not like the packaging. Inside it was one of those spongy like deals where you push your brush, the screen, that's what's in there, and I just couldn't get a even distribution of powder on my brush, which when you go to set your face with that, what parts of your brush that don't have powder on it will grab your foundation and pick it up. At least that's what happens to me. So I don't think I'll repurchase that House Labs one. And then we've got, what is this? Diffused Bronze Light. This is a bronzer. This I've had for a very, very long time. And I had hit pan on it some time ago. And this is another one. I've been grabbing bronzers out of my collection where I'm like, I'm just going to hit this bronzer and use it up type of situation. So I did that with this one. Again, this is, when these came out, that's how old this is. But the bronzer and the shade itself is really stunning, and these are really easy to use. And then this here is Dim Light in the Ambient Lighting powder. This is a good finishing powder, but my skin is getting, drier, so it's one that I use more so in the summertime because this does have a little bit more of a dry effect compared to the Guerlain Meteorites for me. And this is another very old product. I've been using this off and on since these came out, so that'll tell you just how old that is. So that's it. That's all the things. So I always think that people see all this and think that I use this up in that amount of time frame, and that's not really the case. Like, these Hourglass products are years and years old, and I've used them on and off for years, and I just decided I'm going to hit those products and really use them up and get them onto my collection type of deal, which I'm trying to be better about, but when you film videos and stuff, it's kind of hard. So anyway, that is everything. I'm going to try not to wait this long, and I believe that's exactly what I said the last time I filmed a video. These are all my rescue cats, by the way, except for Phoebe. Phoebe wasn't a rescue. She was my rescue. Anyway, I'm going to try to be better about filming my empties more and not waiting as long as I did. But yeah, again, I think I said that last time, so here we are. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I will see you guys later. Bye.